Bautista, truly one of the great home run hitters that we have seen.
He is always watching.
He's been a great performer. He's been one of the guys that has delivered when it counts the most.
He has performed under pressure his entire career with the Blue Jays.
So many big moments in your career. Let's go through them through pictures. Literally, whenever I'm looking at you, you're stretching. You're always stretching. I don't know what position that is. Have you always had that ability to take care of your body like that?
I've always been loose and limber, and I'm always, like you said, moving around, I call it, instead of stretching. But some of them are stretches and look like stretches, but I just like to move my body and make sure I'm loose for any play that might be upcoming.
How did you come up with your approach at the plate?
My bat has always been in somewhat of a position around my shoulders, but it changes with comfort from time to time, and the leg kick obviously I started doing when I got here, and I received different instruction than I had in the past. Growing up I had a leg kick, but I had left it for a few years in the minors.
What's it mean to you that guys model their swing after you? A guy like JD trying to get the same mechanics as you?
I mean, I don't know exactly to the details of how much he tries to actually imitate me or just he looked at it as a roadmap, but it's humbling and it's a great feeling knowing that other guys look at you. I mean, when you're having success, you look at other guys to try to make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing. I mean, I did the same thing with other players, Manny Ramirez, Miguel Cabrera, and I could go down a list, but I did the same thing with other guys. I just happened to be one of JD's guys.
I love when you take the field to start a game, sprinting out to your position. Do you still get nervous before a game the way you would as a kid?
You do feel a little bit of anxiousness, a little bit of timidness, and just before competition, just those seconds before when you run out, that's partly why I sprint, just to kind of get myself on being an athlete mode quick, where those thoughts are out of my head and my brain and my mind are just calmly focused on the task at hand, which is playing the sport that I love.
Baseball is a game of failure. How do you deal with the frustration that comes with the game?
Well, that's one of the biggest challenges, is just try not to let that affect you in a negative way, even though it is a game of failure. When you fail 70% of the time, you're still great. So it's part of the sport. You try to deal with it and learn, think it through, and sometimes athlete your way out of it. So hopefully your short-term memory is good, but you tend to forget about the lack of success when it comes in short periods of time. That way you don't put yourself in a bad state mentally for a long period of time.
Talked to Eddie when he came back into town. He said you're the best teammate he's ever played with. What's your relationship with him like?
It's outstanding. He's a great person. He's a great teammate. He's a great human being. He has a big heart, and everybody knows he loved playing the game and enjoyed being in Toronto. So I was sad to see him go, but happy that he found another home where he was wanted, and hopefully his future is bright wherever he goes, except for when I play against him.
The new bromance, Stroman, he told me he models being a professional after you. But what's your relationship with him like?
I think we have a great relationship. I think he listens a lot. I think he communicates a lot. I think it's a great two-way relationship where we try to feed off of each other, and he asks me questions. I speak from experience. I try to just tell him the things that I've been through and what I believe I did right, what I believe I did wrong, and how I learned from it. And hopefully he takes those pieces of advice and makes up his own, way to move forward in life. Hopefully sometimes not having to make the same mistakes I did.
The other famous guy in Toronto, the Sixth God, a guy you know well, and he's been complimentary of you in song and in person. What's your relationship with Drake like?
Anytime we get a chance and we're in the same city and there's a show or a game and he's able to stop by, he's always happy to do so, and he's always happy to have me as his guest in some of his shows and venues, and it's an unbelievable feeling knowing that one of the best artists in the city kind of supports you as well.
The time everyone remembers about you is the bat flip. What I remember about that moment is not so much the bat, is the reacts from the guys on the bench, almost like a basketball great dunk react. What does that moment mean to you?
Obviously, it's the best individual moment that I've had on a baseball field in my whole career. It's just a great memory that I remember when I connected with the ball, knowing that it was gone, but more the position that I put our team in, where we had a chance to continue to move up in the playoffs after being absent for 22 years. It just makes me very happy knowing that there was people all over the world watching this game at that time, and that memory is going to stay with them.
Has there been a day since where people didn't ask you about it?
No, there hasn't been many. Maybe when I'm in some other country traveling, I've been to Mexico a few times in the last few years, but even there, I've found people that have asked me about it. So it's a memorable moment, and I was happy to be a part of it.
You're already considered a level of excellence player for this franchise. The fact that your name is synonymous with Toronto baseball, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's something that I never expected, obviously, but I'm happy that it's going to be like that, or if it is going to be like that. I'm more happy of the opportunity that I received here than anything else, and even more excited about all those moments that we've had together as teammates, fans, coaches, and franchise. So, moments like this are memorable, and you're going to be able to, and I'm going to be able to, enjoy them and remember them for a long time. So it makes you excited.